We have a special guest here on the tracker on Citi TV. Born to Ghanaian parents, Dutch international, played for Manchester United at one point. These days, plies his trade with German Bundesliga side Bayer Leverkusen. Tim Fosu-Mensah is our guest on the tracker this week. I'm sure you're excited, just like I am. We'll take a quick break here and go for our motivational video. When we come back, we'll ask Tim exactly what he's doing in Ghana, and then we'll get into his journey as well. It should be an interesting conversation. Welcome back to the tracker here on Citi TV. Timothy Fosu-Mensah is our guest on the tracker. Tim, it's good to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to have you here as well.
I'd say Akwaba because that's how we greet you when you come to Ghana. But, I mean, first of all, is this your first time in Ghana?
It's not my first time. My first time was in 2006, 15 years ago.
Oh,
15 years ago,
wow.
Yes.
That's quite a long time.
It's a very long time ago.
I mean, how excited were you to come back here, and what's even the motivation to come here at this particular time?
Very excited because I wanted to come to see my family, and obviously, like, Ghana has been known for the place to be, and I'm from Ghana, so I felt like coming back to Ghana, and since I came from 2006 till 2021, it's been a big difference.
I mean, for us here at Ghana, it's always great for us to see our players play for big teams. So there were obviously a lot of Ghanaians here who loved the fact that there was somebody who had Ghanaian heritage playing for Manchester United. But let's talk about your childhood, right?
Yes.
Talk to us a bit about where you were born, what it was like growing up being raised by Ghanaian parents in the Netherlands. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm from Amsterdam.
That's where you were born?
Born in Amsterdam. Amsterdam Southeast, the Belmer, it's called.
Okay.
You have a lot of Ghanaian people there. So for us, it was like we always had like our little community. But Amsterdam has been my place since I was a baby. So it was good.
I mean, what part of the culture of Amsterdam led you into your current profession? Because when I speak to other footballers, I mean, in Ghana, if you speak to a footballer, the career basically starts from playing in the back streets, and then somebody picks them up and then gives them a shot. What was your story like?
So, like, me and my big brother and my little brother, we always played on the streets. But my big brother was already playing for a local team called Zeebrugge in Amsterdam. Okay. So when I was 4 years old, I joined.
4?
Yeah, 4 years old. I joined
what?
Zeebrugge as well.
You can barely speak at 4.
Very early. I could kick a ball, so it was enough. But so when I was 4 years old, I played at Zeebrugge, and then when I was 7, I went to Ajax.
Tell me about, I'm not sure you even, well, let me leave that to you. How much do you remember about playing football at age 4? What's that even like?
I only remember the first time when I had to go for trial at that club, and I was very, very nervous. And it was with one guy we went to the same school. Okay. So that's the thing I will never forget. This
obviously means that your parents have always been receptive to you playing football. Is that the case?
Yes, for sure. My dad has always been very supportive and always tried to do his best for me and my brothers for us to play football and to make our dream come true. It was not easy for my parents in Amsterdam, but they made the most out of a little situation.
Now, you told me about getting drafted by the Ajax Academy from where you were. Yeah. How does that happen? Give me a good picture of how that happens, because I'm thinking that Ajax basically picked the best of the best. So how does that happen?
When I was 7, and then we played against Ajax. Okay. But they were very good. They beat us like 7-0. They beat us 7-0. So it was a painful day, but I played well in the eyes of the scouts of Ajax. So I think like 2-3 months later, I got a letter from Ajax saying, "Hey, we would like you to have a trial at our youth system." And I was very, very happy, overwhelming.
Wow. Now, I'm guessing that the Ajax Academy is a place where if you grow up in Amsterdam, you obviously it's your dream to be able to make it to the Ajax Academy.
Yes.
What did you do in terms of preparations between the time when you get your letter and the time when you eventually pack your bags and go to the academy? What happens between that time?
What happens, you just realize that you're gonna go for a trial, and I've always been a guy who likes to enjoy his football. So when I got the letter, I was like, okay, I'm going there, I'm gonna enjoy, I'm gonna show my talent, and God will do the rest. So yeah.
And is that like a boarding facility? Because a lot of kids have problems with moving away from their families at a young age.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? Did you have to go and then come back every weekend?
When I was at Ajax?
Like? Yeah.
No, because our house in Holland was like 10 minutes from the academy. The academy.
Oh, wow.
So it's all like Amsterdam, the southeast is very small, and Ajax is in Amsterdam southeast. So it was only 10 minutes. It was only 10 minutes. So
you didn't have to worry about being
I didn't
homesick.
have to worry about being homesick. I was at home with my mom and dad and my brothers.
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the youngsters you met at the academy who also ended up making it to the professional level.
Oh, a lot. I met one guy. So when I did my trials, I met one guy called Jafairo de Rosen. He plays now for Hertha Berlin in Germany as well. We did the trials together. And when we both did the trials, Steven Bergwijn and Abdelak Nouri, they were already at Ajax because they were 1 year older than us. So they didn't do the trials because they were already there, but we trained with them. And since then, Steven is now in Tottenham Hotspur. So Jafairo's in Hertha. Donny van der Beek came later. So when we were in the under 13s, he came. So there have been a lot of players who have made the move.
Obviously, Ajax haven't gotten to the point they have because of the fact that they are just a football club.
Yeah.
What is so special about the Ajax Academy? What's special about that academy?
The training, the facilities, the management. They try to pick the best of the best, which makes it also like. So when you play with the best of the best, obviously you're gonna be a better player yourself. But it's more about the training, about the understanding of the game, trying to use both feet, so not only right but also left. It's very good management for every young boy.
Now we have a Ghanaian in there. A lot of people seem to think that he is really the next big thing to come out of Ghana. I don't know. I'm not sure if you know Mohamed Kudus or if you've heard of him.
I don't know him personally, but I heard of him. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the fact that he's made it to the Ajax Academy, what should his aspirations be, and what should he do to be able to succeed at the academy?
I've seen him play, and he's a very good player. I think his style is also suited to Ajax. I don't know him personally, but I think he's a very focused boy. And what can I say? What I've seen, the understanding of his game, the technical part is good. So I just think he needs to keep going, and he'll be fine.
Now, I have a little misconception about Ajax. I sort of feel that just like every academy-oriented team, they are not incredibly big on winning titles. I mean, don't get me wrong. They won a lot of Eredivisie titles.
Yes.
Won Champions Leagues and all that. But do you prioritize trophy winning at an institution like Ajax, or it's more about player development?
It's a mix of both. Obviously, every club likes to win trophies.
Yeah.
But I think at Ajax they look at the bigger picture. So develop the players and then sell them, you know. But Ajax, as I said, they have been doing very well lately, also in the Europa League, in the Champions League, when they reach the semi-finals. But what I understand your question very good, because most of the time the best players, they always get sold, you know. So it's a bit of both.
At what point did you get to... At what point did Ajax say that we think it's right for Tim to leave the academy? And when did the interest from Manchester United even come in?
So me personally, I've never played for the Ajax first team.
Okay.
So I only was in the academy. But when I was 16, we had the international cup, international tournament with teams from Italy like Juventus, Liverpool, Arsenal. A lot of teams were there. And I played with Ajax. I played well. And since then, United came knocking. United and Arsenal, they came knocking. Okay. But United came knocking harder, and the decision was made.
Let me stay on that point. when you say came knocking harder, what sort of factors do you consider at that point before making a decision on whether United is the best place for you or Ajax is the best place for you?
Or Ajax?
Yeah, or Manchester United, yes, either United or Arsenal, sorry.
With United, between United and Arsenal, it was more like United was saying, we have seen you play a lot of times, we see your potential, we see what you can do, we would like to develop you very good, and we see a path for you to go to the first team. With Arsenal, it was a bit like that, but a bit less. And obviously, United, man.
Was the money more?
No, there was no. I was not earning no money at that age.
At the development level, they don't pay you at all?
No. You just you get money from when you're 18 or something. I was 16, so I was not earning no money.
Now, did your family play a big part in that decision-making process? How much do you involve your family in making such decisions?
I involve them a lot, my dad and my brother. But at the end, I'm a man of myself, even at such a young age. So at the end, it was my decision to go to United.
Before I even jump into the United conversation fully, right? You've been to the academy, and I've asked a couple of people I've interviewed this. You think that if you had started football and your career path had not taken you to the academy, would it have been possible for you to have made it to this level?
It's a good but difficult question because you can't look into the future. But the talent, most of the time, the talent will always come out. So I think so, yeah.
You look at Donny van de Beek right now, right? I thought he was great enough. I was rooting for him to go to my other team, Real Madrid. It did not happen. United ended up with Donny van de Beek, but he's being treated as an afterthought. How do you feel about his situation, looking at him, especially knowing his ability and having watched him all these years?
No, I know Donny since I was a kid, so I know him for 10 plus years. I know he's a very good player, a very good person as well. It's a big step from Ajax to United. It takes time, It takes time for him to settle in. It takes time for the club or the players to understand him. But he's a good player, so I don't, no doubt for him to succeed at United. It's just a beginning for him, So he will be fine.
Is that how you felt when you moved? Like you're going to a big club, which is Manchester United. I mean, how optimistic are you as a youngster coming into a team like that of your chances of making it into the first setup?
Yes, you're going from Ajax to United as a young boy, so it's not going to be easy. So every opportunity you get, every chance you get, you just have to make the most out of it, and don't forget to enjoy that you are playing there.
Now, you arrive at United at age what?
16.
Age 16. Just walk me through that, right? One big academy, you're moving on to another big European team. Who came along with you? I've seen Alphonse. Did he come along with you? Did family come with you? What was that like?
My dad came straight away with me because he has a brother who lives in England as well, in Leeds. So for him it was an easy decision to come with me. And Alphonse, my big brother, he came a year later to England with us. And how was it? It was a big difference. I've been at Ajax like from 7 till 16, it's 9 years. So you see the same things, and then all of a sudden you see something different, which is like for a young boy it is a bit different. But I'm someone who can settle in very quickly, and I felt good there. I felt settled, and the players, they received me very well there.
Now, you're going to be my eye into how it is to settle in at Manchester United. Tell me about that settling down process. So what is that like? Is it like a team gives you like a hotel or a home as a youngster? They get you like a driver. Just paint a picture for me of what it is like to settle in a team like that.
So first, I was almost gonna go to foster parents, but then my dad came with me, so we didn't do that anymore. I slept in a hotel first for like 2 months, I think. 2 months in a hotel.
What's that like? Is that like a good situation for you? Is that bad for you as a player?
I wouldn't say bad, I wouldn't say good. It's like, obviously everyone wants his home. Everyone wants to be, at home in peace. But I was in a hotel, they took very good care of me, like food-wise, and to bring me to training every morning. They took very good care of me. So it wasn't difficult. It wasn't difficult at all.
And then after 2 months, the team leaves you to sort of like be on your own now because they feel like you've had some time to feel the city?
No, after 2 months, then I found my home with my dad.
Okay.
And then we stayed together. But the hotel is only me and my dad. The players, they already had their homes. So yeah, then I was settled at home with my dad. And why I say I felt settled quickly, because when I came, the players there, some of them, they play in the first team. So McTominay was there, Rashford was already there, Tuanzebe was already there. And they made me feel very welcome. When I had my home, Rashford was living like 5 minutes from my place. So we went to the same school, and he picked me up to go to school together. Sometimes he's like, Tim, let's go and see the city together. 2 young boys, he was 16, I was 16, so it was fun, it was good.
Now, when you arrived at Manchester United, was your position clearly defined in terms of the position you play? I'm asking this because you play as a left back, you've played as a DM, you play as a centre back. Was that already defined, or this was you gradually finding your feet in terms of position?
When I just came, I played, and I was playing in midfield because the coach, it was called Paul McGuinness.
Oh, I know Paul.
He's seen my ability and the way to win the ball back, to recover the ball quickly, and with the ball at my feet, I'm good as well. So he put me defensive midfielder. Yeah. But then when I went to the first team with Van Gaal, they didn't have much right backs there. So Van Gaal put me right back, and I was playing well at the right back as well. So that's why it's a bit like, for people, they don't understand what's your position. Because when I was in the youth system at Ajax, I was always playing centre back. Okay. So that's why for me it's easy to play all these positions, because I've been playing them, Yeah. So it's fine.
Now, how much value, right, does United add to a youngster coming from Ajax before he's eventually ready? When you were coming from Ajax, did you feel as if you were ready for United first team? Did you feel like being taken to, let's say, the development team was maybe a quick transition? How did you feel about that sequence?
As I said, it was a big difference, because when I came there, it was 6-7 years ago. Okay. It was a bit different because we were not allowed to wear gloves. We were not allowed to wear long sleeves, and we had to wear black boots. So it was very strict.
For the junior team?
Yes, it was strict. Now it changed. Now everything. Now
what are all those rules meant for?
Because to make the players strong, to make them focus. They didn't want us to have social media at that time.
You're kidding me.
It all changed. It all changed now. Before it was strict. It was strict.
Wow, that's incredible.
But that also made me like very strong, very focused, very strict, and they were hard on us, but in a good way.
Now, the youth coaches at United obviously have managed to graduate guys like you, McTominay, Marcus Rashford, and all of that. United still doesn't get a lot of props for their youth system, even as much as Ajax does.
Yes, true.
Why is that?
I don't know, because if you see the names, even like, let's say, Paul Pogba, he came when he was 16. Yep. When I was there, when I was 16, Andreas Pereira, he was just like 18, and he came also when he was 15. McTominay, all these names you named, like every year, there is someone who's going to make the debut for United. So I think they deserve more credit. Maybe because it's a bigger club, so they will also buy players. Yeah. And at Ajax, maybe they will buy 1 or 2 players and at United more. That's why it's getting overshadowed. But in my opinion, the system of United is very good, and they deserve more credit.
Well, we are still talking to Timothy Fosu-Mensah, Netherlands international, and also plays his football for Bayer Leverkusen. We're just getting through his journey from the Ajax Academy and also getting into United's youth system. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about his graduation to the first team, going on loan spells, playing under Louis Van Gaal, and a lot more. Stay with us here on The Tracker. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Tracker here on Citi TV. We are talking to Timothy Fosu-Mensah, plays his football for Bayer Leverkusen. Tim, let's talk now about getting a chance to play for the first team. I remember it was, you came on for Marcos Rojo, right?
Yes.
In the game. Louis Van Gaal gave you your Man United debut.
Yes.
How did that happen? Talk to me about how he communicated to you that you would be playing or you would be ready for the first team.
So the game was on a Sunday, not the whole week. I think from Tuesday till Saturday I'd been training with the first team and a couple of the under 21 players, because then I was already in the under 21. A couple of like 6 or 7 I'd been training with the first team. But on Saturday afternoon we seen the sheet who was gonna go to the hotel, because one day before the game we stay in the hotel. So my name was on the list, and I was.
That was
happy.
the first time.
That was the first time. So I was happy. And then
Did you call Dad?
No. I didn't call anyone. I didn't call because I didn't want them to be maybe nervous or something.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have my focus, or, you know.
And I'm so excited.
Yeah, I was excited, definitely. But I didn't know if I was gonna be on the bench or just out of the squad or. So then the next day, I was in the squad. And I think halftime, Louis Van Gaal was like, "Okay, you're gonna come on for Marcos Rojo in like 10 minutes." And my heart was going quick to do. I was like, and I remember Januzaj saying, "Hey, Timo, you're gonna play for United now. Enjoy it." And I was like, "Yeah, calm." I tried to
stay calm.
I tried to be cool, but I was nervous, but positive nervous. And then it all happened in the 55th minute. I came on, we won the game, and it was a good Sunday.
What is it like working with Louis Van Gaal? Because it looks like everybody has a very different opinion of him, especially United fans, based on what his spell there was like and how it eventually ended. What's it like to work with him from a personal point of view?
Personal point for me, very good, very good. He can be strict, but strict in a good way. Strict that's gonna benefit you as a player. And for me, he's very good. He's tactically very good. I think it showed also that we won the FA Cup that season with him. For me, he's a great manager.
What's the opinion back home about him? I mean, is he like somebody who is loved by the Dutch people?
Yes, for sure. Because he also did a very good World Cup with Holland. I think they ended 3rd when they beat Spain 5-1. So, and he did, as I said before, like he's tactically very good. Holland never played in a 5 with 5 defenders or 3 defenders, if you want to name it. So it was the first time Holland did it, and he did it. And also little things like when he changed the goalkeeper for the penalties. These are little things, and it was amazing.
Well, we hear that he's a little obsessive with. He's a bit of a perfectionist. So he will cross every I and dot every I and cross every T and double check that he's not made any mistakes. Is that really what it is?
He likes his thing perfect. So let's say if a player gives, everybody can make a mistake. He will tell you that you made a mistake, but he will also encourage you that the next time you're gonna do it better, because he believes in the player. So, but he likes his things very, very, very perfect.
Does he get angry with players? Does he ever lash out, say, after like a bad performance or like a bad result? What's that like?
I wouldn't say angry. I would say not happy, but knowing that he knows that the next time the players will do better, will turn up for him. So I wouldn't say angry, but more motivational.
What do you think went wrong at United with him? Because like you said, you all won the FA Cup that season. and it didn't seem like a lot of United fans were happy about having him come back, and so there had to be a change. From the player point of view, how did you feel when he was leaving, and what do you think might have led to his exit?
For me, it was a disappointment that he left, because he gave me my debut. So I think every player in life who gets his first opportunity by a manager will always be grateful to him. What went wrong? I think that season they had a lot of injuries. I think when Louis Van Gaal was at United, he gave a debut to maybe 14 players from the youth system.
Wow.
So a lot of players. A lot of players were injured, which is always difficult for a manager.
Yeah.
So I think that was the case, but with fans sometimes it's a bit difficult to understand that, and with the pressure of the club, I think that was maybe the reason. But in my opinion, he did very well with the squad.
Now, obviously, win an FA Cup with Manchester United. When did you feel as if you officially belonged to the first team and that you deserved first team football?
When I think it was Everton at home, when I played 45 minutes and I gave an assist. And I think a week later, me and Marcus, we had a place in the changing room, because before we were still in the under 18s changing room, but training and playing with the first team. And I think after that we got our place in the.
They gave you your old lockers in the main.
All lockers, yeah, in the main changing room. So from that moment, I felt like, okay, I'm a first team player.
Now, obviously, get your shot with Man United. You don't get as many first team opportunities as you want.
Yeah.
Whose decision is it to go on loan? Is it the team that comes to you and says that we would like Fosu-Mensah, I would like you to come on loan and play for us? Is it you saying that I'm not getting enough playing time, so I need to do something about the situation?
It is. A team can say, okay, we want you on loan, but if the player says no, then he's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
I felt like, so with Louis Van Gaal, I had a good amount of minutes, but then the next season I didn't play that much under Mourinho. So I felt like I had to go on loan to gain some experience, and then Crystal Palace came knocking with Frank de Boer. And yeah, then it was an easy decision for me to go on loan to Crystal Palace, because I was only 19 at the time. So then I went to Crystal Palace. I played a lot of games.
Yeah.
Then that same season I made my debut for the Holland national team. So it was a good season and a good decision for me to go on loan.
I'll come back to that in a bit. Let's stay with Jose Mourinho. I forgot that you got a little time under Jose Mourinho. Another one who won United the Europa League trophy.
Yes.
It also seems to have fallen into the bad books of Manchester United fans.
Yeah.
You know him as a man. What's he like?
He's, what is he like? I wouldn't say he's that strict. He likes to leave his players a bit more free, but he wants you to perform when you have to perform, you know. For me, he's a good manager. He can build also a very good relationship with the players. So, yeah, what went wrong? For me, I have no idea what went wrong with Mourinho.
But did you enjoy your time under him, even though you didn't?
Even though I didn't play much, I enjoyed my time with Mourinho for sure, definitely. Even with the Europa League season, like he gave me also minutes in the Europa League, so I definitely enjoyed my time with Mourinho.
Stay on the Europa League. You won a Europa League trophy. I mean, you've won a Europa League. You've won an FA Cup. How good is it, or what does it feel like to win a Europa League trophy? Because United were in that final against Villarreal.
Yeah.
A lot of them thought that it was a game where they were overwhelming favourites. They would win. They didn't. So it proved that the season when Mourinho won it, it really wasn't that easy.
No.
Tell me about that. Tell me a little bit about the run to the title, and then what it felt like to lift the Europa League.
So in Europa League, you have a lot of teams. Yeah. So first of all, you have a lot of games if you have a lot of teams. So you travel a lot, you play at home, it's on a Thursday night. Yeah. You know, it's a hard journey to get to the final. And as you see, when United lost the final, in the final everything can happen. It doesn't matter who you play against. Yeah. It's just one game, 90 minutes or 120 minutes. So it's always difficult. And Yeah, when we won it against Ajax, my old club, it was even more, a bit.
How did that feel for you?
Yeah, I was happy because I won the Europa League, but I seen players there who I knew for, even Donny was playing, so it was, I felt sad for them, but
obviously it was glorious for you.
Happy for myself.
Interesting. Now, what's your fondest moment of Manchester United?
My best moment?
Yeah.
Definitely my debut. I think definitely my debut against Arsenal. And I would say winning the Europa League and playing the semi-final at Wembley against Everton with United, because that was the first time I played at Wembley. So for me, these were very special things. I
saw your exit at United. It was a very emotional situation. Hugs from Eric Bailly, Pogba, and all that. Who are your favorite teammates? I know that you and Rashford bonded early, but who are your favorite teammates back when you were at United?
So Eric Bailly for sure, Pogba, a good relationship with Andreas Pereira, Marcus, as you said, Jesse. All these guys, I've been very, very good with them. Yeah.
Let's talk about your spell at Crystal Palace and teaming up with your former manager Frank de Boer. Did he call you up personally? Did he say that I need you to come play for me?
Yeah, he messaged me saying, I'm now at Crystal Palace, there's a system I want to play and you fit very well in the system, so I want you to come. But I was in America with United, so my head was on the pre-season with United, and when we came back to Manchester, he kept messaging me saying, you fit very well in the system, and I was like, okay. I didn't play much that season before, so I feel like I have to go on loan, so then I made a decision to go.
And then it ended badly. First 5 games or so for him.
Yes.
All defeats, no goals scored.
Very difficult.
Paint a picture to me about what a team dressing room feels like when there are successive losses. Like you're losing, the press is putting on the pressure, the manager has to give all the right answers in the press conferences. What's that like for you, the players, when you're going through a losing spell like that?
It's very very difficult, very draining, because it takes away the confidence as well. Because we had very good players like Zaha, we had Loftus-Cheek who came on loan from Chelsea, Benteke, Jeffrey Schlupp. We had good players, very good players. So we didn't understand why it was not working, you know. And like every game, okay, you lose one, the first game is fine. Okay, you lose the second game, but third, fourth, then it's like, you know what's going on. It's for us as players, it's also difficult, because then you lose the confidence a little bit. But then we played against Chelsea. Wilfried came back from injury, and we won against Chelsea 2-1 at home. And since then we did well. Yeah.
But then the manager who brought you in gets fired, and then you are still in the team.
Yes.
Are you doubting a little bit your future with the team, your playing time at that time?
You always doubt when the manager changes. I think every player in a squad will have a doubt, but you also have to believe in your abilities. So when he came, we played against Southampton, and I started again. I was playing well, and since then, Roy Hodgson was the manager who came in. He seen my qualities, and it was good. So
How much did that loan spell help your development as a player? I mean, what parts of your game did you want to develop, and how much did that regular playing time help in that?
I think with what helped was like to fill out the 90 minutes in every Premier League game, to read situations better, to handle situations better. Like if you play games, you come in these situations, and there you can see on TV what you have to do, but you have to experience it as a player, and that's why playing time is very important. And I think that helped me. It helped me to mature as a player. Even though I was a teenager, I matured a lot because I was playing week in, week out. Now,
I can still see the stitches of your ACL surgery. That must be a painful injury, because I've watched a lot of players not be able to get back to where they were once they suffer a cruciate ligament injury. How do you deal with being out for 1 year and being away from doing what you love?
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's a very difficult situation, but you need to know that you have to train hard. You need to be mentally stable and take very good care of your body, because it's a surgery you had, so you know you're gonna come back. You know you're gonna come back strong, and the only way is to come back stronger. You have to be positive and try to embrace a difficult moment, because you know at the end you will. If you look back at the situation, you'll be like, oh, this was the situation, but look now, it's positive. So it's difficult at the moment, but I have good people around me who always try to help me, who are supportive. So I will get through it.
I'm going to go to the Germany conversation in a bit, but I want you to tell me about what the difference is between the Dutch league and the English Premiership, having experienced it.
Yeah, the English Premiership is just tougher. You know, stronger, more physical, quicker, less time for decision making, these type of things, you know?
Yeah.
Very physical, but also technical. So yeah, I think that's the difference.
I think you played in the Championship as well.
No, never.
You didn't play in the Championship with Fulham, but they were in the Premier League at the time.
Yeah, I only played in the Premier League.
Let's talk about Bayer Leverkusen now. How tough a decision was that? Because if I pictured you leaving United, the last place I would have thought was Bayer Leverkusen. Not because it's not as prestigious as United or anything, but I'm probably thinking after Palace and Fulham, you'd probably want to stay in the Premier League. Yes. How is it that you decided to go all the way to Germany?
First of all, I'm from Holland, so Germany is like, it's close to Holland. But also Bayer Leverkusen is a well-respected club in Germany. Yeah. They always play European football. They like to play with young players. The philosophy of the club is very good. And when they spoke with me, I was like, okay, I understand what they want from me. I understand what the ambitions of the club is. So that's why it was. That's why I made this decision.
Were there other interests from other clubs at the time?
Yeah, a couple of, but Bayer Leverkusen was really
the most concrete offer for you.
Yeah, really pushing.
How would you? This was your second season that just came to an end, or this was your first?
With Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
No, it's my first.
This was your first season that just came to an end.
Signed in January.
It means that you didn't get to encounter Kai Havertz while he was there.
No.
What does that feel? What does that feel like? Look, because his early days at Chelsea have been rocky. Yeah. I mean, did he leave a legacy so profound at Leverkusen that his name still gets mentioned there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure, definitely. But Leverkusen has always been a club like who play players and then they get sold to a good team, or the players they stay there because it's a good team. But with Havertz, he has been doing very well. Has been doing incredible things for Leverkusen, which gave him the move to Chelsea, and he will always be respected at Leverkusen.
Talk to me about your personal objectives now, going into your second season at Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, you have targets that you want to achieve. Yeah. What's on your cards?
No, staying healthy, playing week in, week out, and reach the Champions League with Leverkusen. These are the targets.
You guys made it to what, the Europa League?
Europa League.
Europa League. Are you excited about that?
Yes. Europa League, as I said before, is like it's a tough competition because a lot of teams, but it's also a special league. So definitely excited. Yeah.
Let's move on to the Dutch national team and talk a little bit about that. Obviously, you've made your debut already. You've played 3 times. What was that like, being invited to come play for the Dutch national team? Because that's like star-studded.
Yes. I had they invited me, I think, the year before I made my debut when I was 18, but then I couldn't because of a little injury. Yeah. So the year later, when I went to Crystal Palace, I was playing. Then I see my name on the list, and I was like, okay, I'm going there to the camp, to
hold on
be
a
with the
second.
boys.
How does that in Ghana? they'll probably send you like emails via
Yes,
the
yes,
FA.
yes.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, they send the email. They send the email.
You've been invited to play for the K.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. Who were your first lines of contact when you got there? Which players did you bond with when you got there?
With the national team?
Yeah.
Daley Blind, because I was playing with him at Manchester
Okay.
United.
Okay.
Who else did we have at the time? Memphis.
Yeah.
I was very good with Memphis, playing with him at United as well. Quincy Promes, I don't know if you know him from Russia.
Yep.
That time I didn't know Wijnaldum that well, but now we have a good relationship. These players. You know.
Now, I don't know if you'd agree with me on this, but I feel like this is not the greatest period for the Dutch national team. What do you think has accounted for the fall in, I would say, household level names? Back then, you would have a lot of stars in the team where selection would even be a headache. Holland have struggled in the past couple of qualifiers leading up to the Euros even. What's going on?
I think it's just a change of generations, you know. But what I can say is like very good players are coming back in the national team. And when they did the Nations League, they did well. I think they did well. They reached the semis. I think they reached the semis. So it's gonna come back.
How do you feel about their chances at the upcoming Euros?
They have good chance. Obviously, there are a lot of good teams, like I said, like Belgium, France, you know, Italy, Portugal. But I think for them to reach the semis or the quarters is possible.
Okay. Oh, still talking to Timothy Fosu-Mensah. We've been on a lot of football stuff. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll do a quick take on a couple of things. I'll ask him a couple of random questions, a couple of off-the-field stuff, what he likes to do when he's not playing football and whatnot. So that should be interesting. Stay with us here. We'll be right back. Come back to the tracker here on Citi TV. We are still speaking to Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Tim, another Dutch-born Ghanaian who also frequents Ghana a lot is Memphis Depay. I think he's been here, 4 or 5 times or so in the last couple of years. He's been doing some charity work here. Do you and him get along? Do you and him like vibe?
Yeah, we have a good relationship, me and Memphis. When I was at United, he was there as well. I was a young boy. I was like, I think 17, 18, and he took very good care of me because he was already in the first team. So, good relationship with him.
Did the two of you ever discuss Ghana?
About coming to Ghana?
Yeah.
To be fair, I've never spoke to him about coming to Ghana or he to me, but all of a sudden I see he was in Ghana with his friends, so I was like, okay, yeah, proud of him.
You ever watch the Ghana national team? Because we've been to the World Cup a couple of times. We played friendlies with the Netherlands.
Yes, yeah, I've been watching Ghana, especially the World Cup 2010. I think was the first time for Kevin Prince Boateng to join the national team. And recently I've seen, unfortunately, that they lost against Morocco.
Yep.
But I've been watching Ghana, for sure.
Does it ever stir up any emotions in you?
If they lose? Yeah, especially the against Uruguay. At home.
The 2010 World Cup.
Oh my, that was a heartbreak. Because in Amsterdam, we have like a lot of Ghanaians, we lived in a flat and a lot of Ghanaians lived in a flat. So when that happened, like, it was painful. But when Ghana was scoring, so me and my brothers, my little brother, we always opened the door and they was shouting and everyone was shouting. So, yeah, when I think about it, it's special.
Talk to me about off the pitch stuff, right? There's been a lot of activism recently. There's been a lot of online abuse that people have spoken about. Your former teammate and friend Marcus Rashford has been at the forefront of that type of fight and that type of activism. How do you feel about him and what he's doing now? Has he always had the seeds of what he's doing now, or are you surprised that he's taken this toll?
I wouldn't say surprised, but I knew always like he had a big potential. But in terms of this tour, I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of him. He has 2 brothers, very good people, who I think will help him a lot by doing this, and his mom as well. So I'm very proud of Marcus.
Let me ask you this. So, if you had not become a footballer, what else would you have done?
What's this? It's only football.
Football. If you weren't playing football, the other thing would be football.
Yes, if I weren't playing football, the other thing would be football.
What do you do with your off time? I mean, obviously you get some time off, especially during your injury period. You had a lot of time to yourself. What do you do during those periods?
I just started with trying to study some languages.
Oh.
So trying to study Spanish. Spanish for sure, because Spanish is like after English is the second. And then French as well. And what else do I do? I'm more of a home guy. Relax, watch Netflix, watch a movie, listen to music. Nothing crazy.
What kind of music do you listen to? Do you listen to some Ghanaian music?
Ghanaian music, American music, Dutch music, a mix of everything.
Who's your Ghanaian go-to music person?
I would say Bisa Kede is good. I don't know if I pronounce
Bisa Kede, yeah,
that's
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Sarkodie is good. Before I was listening a lot to Castro as well.
Oh, you're listening to Castro?
Yes,
wow.
yes, Castro. King Promise is good as well. I met him in Amsterdam 2 years ago at a festival.
I think the new school generation of players love King Promise.
He's a very good artist, and he makes also music with Dutch artists from my area. So
that just brings it
goes quick, you know. So it's good.
Have you eaten any Ghanaian food while you've been down here?
No, my uncle will take me. I hope if the time is right, he will take me soon to eat some good banku. But I've been eating jollof. The calm ones first. The calm ones, yeah. You're
trying to step yourself into the process.
Step by step.
I mean, look, finally, just before we go, I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians will be happy to see this interview. What do you want to tell them? Give them a message.
That I feel very welcomed here, and that I'll be here more often for sure, and that we're gonna meet in the future for sure.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So you heard him himself. He's walked us through proper details of his journey. We appreciated every minute of it. Timothy Fosu-Mensah, Bayer Leverkusen defender. I'm sure that the next time he visits Ghana, we'll be able to get hold of him and find out what he's been up to. But same time next week, the tracker will come your way on Citi TV.